So basically, kidnapped, murdered, and then made his body appear. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna clock some tea in this video, and y'all just come with me. Follow along. Okay. So boom. It's Easter Sunday. My mama texting the family group chat with all her kids. She like, hey, my babies, happy Easter. Mind y'all, okay, little backstory. Me and my family spent Easter away from each other. My mama went to Florida. I married, so I was with my in-laws. My brother, he decided he wanted to go down to Alabama and spend time with our dad, who we didn't grow up with or whatever, but we'll go down there occasionally or whatever. So he wanted to go down there because our family as a whole wasn't really doing nothing. Okay, cool. So y'all, mama text us, boom, boom, boom. Everybody text back, say whatever, happy Easter, whatever. We got a text from my brother, and then my mom got a call from my nephew, my brother's son, who was like, oh, can you call my daddy? My daddy left me at whoever house he was at, because he was down there in Alabama with my brother. And basically he was like, my daddy left me. He was crying. So my mama had text back in the chat, and she like, oh, can you, Tyler, where is TJ? Because he just called me crying. Like, who house did you leave him at? We didn't get no response from Tyler. Not thinking nothing of it. Typical Tyler. Whatever. That was around like 1:13. So y'all, the next morning I get to work. Mind you, it's a Monday because Easter, it was on Sunday. Okay, boom. I get to work. It's like 8:03. I just clock in. My mom texts me like, Tyler's missing. Looking at my mom like, what you mean? Like, missing. Now, if you know Tyler, it's two types of missing. We're gonna get into that. So I'm like, missing? Like, huh? So I call her. I step by the window. I get back from my desk. I call her. I'm like, Mom, what you mean? Like, what's going on? She said, girl, Keisha called me, and they said they have not seen Tyler since 1 o'clock yesterday, or since 1:30 yesterday. He's been missing. They searched the woods all night. They cannot find Tyler, and everybody's worried. I'm looking at the phone like, hold on. Slow down. What happened? Like, missing how? First of all, my dad is from a small town in Alabama called Camden. Only a little bit of black people live there, and y'all know the rest. It very much gives, I'm gonna let y'all piece the story together and see what y'all think before I say what it gives. Anyways, that's where my dad is from. We spent a couple summers down there before, maybe like 2. We were younger. Never really went back. I haven't been back to Alabama since I was like 13, just being truthful. Very small country town. Everybody pretty much stay in their little designated area. So either we was in the hood, which is where everybody went to hang out, or we was at my stepmama's house. Boom. So long story short, I hang up. I try to log into work because I gotta do my duties or whatever. And then it just, I can't shake it. I'm like, what the heck they mean? Something wrong with Tyler, So I call my mom back. I'm like, Mom, listen, I don't know. I just got a real bad feeling. My mom like, me too. Like, brightest, I just don't know what to do. I've been thinking about it ever since I got the phone call. Mind you, my mom is in Pensacola, Florida right now with my baby sister. They went to the beach. Trip turned bad. Okay. They go to the beach or whatever, and she's like, I just can't shake it. But I said, Mom, I think you need to go get in a rental car. Well, she was down there with my aunt and them, so they had one rental car. I told her to have them take you to the airport, go rent a car, and I need you to drive down to Alabama because something's just not right. My mama got on the road immediately, y'all. Whole time she getting updates or whatever. She's trying to call my dad. My dad not answering the phone, so she called me. I'm at work. Call your daddy. Your daddy not answering. Tell your daddy to call me. So I call my daddy. He still ain't answering the phone or whatever. I'm like, something strange going on. So I call my stepmom. She didn't answer or whatever, but then my dad immediately calls right back. So I guess maybe he was talking to my stepmom. She told her to call me. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, I'm asking my dad, like, what they talking about? Like, what's going on? What happened? And he just on the phone like, man, like, I don't know, bro. Like, Tyler was right here. He ran in the woods, and I'm down in Alabama because something's just not right. My mama got on the road immediately, y'all. Whole time she getting updates or whatever. She's trying to call my dad. My dad not answering the phone. So she called me. I'm at work. Call your daddy. Your daddy not answering. Tell your daddy to call me. So I call my daddy. He still ain't answering the phone or whatever. I'm like, something strange going on. So I call my stepmom. She didn't answer or whatever. But then my dad immediately calls right back. So I guess maybe he was talking to my stepmom. She told her to call me. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, I'm asking my dad, like, what they talking about? Like, what's going on? What happened? And he just on the phone like, man, like, I don't know, bro. Like, Tyler was right here. He ran in the woods, and the way I ran into the woods, I thought I was gonna run into him, but I didn't. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, after he ran, I never seen him again. I've been looking for him all night. I've been in the woods. Me and Ray, like, we ain't left the woods or whatever. I'm like, okay. So boom, time passed or whatever, and I'm just still at my desk like, man, I can't shake this shit. I'm texting my mama back and forth. And let me just give y'all a little backstory. So my brother went down there with his fiance and his son. 3 people you're gonna hear. Jada was his fiance, TJ is his son. Let's just get the characters out there so y'all can understand the gist of the story. They ain't seen my brother. Nobody's looking for him. I mean, everybody's looking for him. They say they had a search party. They've been in the woods since 3 a.m. looking for my brother. They cannot find him. Jada and TJ back at the hotel. They say an undercover police car was sitting outside their hotel, but they never knew like what the police was there for. So they were just like, okay, cool. Well, come to find out, my brother was riding a dirt bike. A police officer got behind him because they said they claimed they were pulling him over because he didn't have on a helmet. However, my brother was riding down the street. They got behind him, turning their lights or whatever. You could see him pass a gas station, and he was just kind of, like going real slow or whatever. And from what it looks like, the police cruiser, it looks like he crashed into my brother. However, we were not there. We don't know nothing. All we know was my brother was missing. So my mama get down there. It's like 4 o'clock. I leave work early because I'm like, I can't do this. I got with my older brother and my sister. We hit the road. We go straight to Alabama. We like 12 minutes away, y'all. 12 minutes. Nobody still heard from Tyler. No, they ain't heard nothing. They telling my mama, you don't need to go in the woods. These woods is treacherous. You got this baby with you. My sister's 7. You don't need to go in these woods or whatever. And so when my mama like, man, I'm looking for my son. I'm telling my mama like, Mom, you like just chill. I get it. I know as a parent you want to go in there and look for your son or whatever, but whatever. So they telling her, do not go in the woods. Do not go in the woods. Y'all, one of the people from down there, I guess you could say a cousin of ours, then called my brother, my older brother who driving. My job, it said we 11 minutes now. We on this little country back road. He in the phone screaming, Brandon, we found Tyler. And then you can hear somebody else saying, we need an ambulance. Everybody's screaming, y'all. And then you could just hear the sound of their voice. Everybody's distraught as fuck. Like, everybody really like, we don't know what to do. But I keep hearing somebody say, we need an ambulance. Then I hear somebody say, he dead, Brandon, he dead. Like, whoever's on the phone, my brother is telling us, like, he is dead. Y'all, I started screaming to the top of my lungs in that car. Like, no, like the loudest no, the most distraught no I've ever screamed in my life. I ain't never felt like this in my life, y'all. They told my brother was gone over the phone. I'm 10 minutes away, bro. So my brother started flooring it on his back road, y'all. Flooring it. I'm talking about we get there about 3-4 minutes, y'all. It turned from 10 minutes to 3 minutes. I'm not lying. My brother would tell y'all. He like, man, I'm scared for my life because he's driving crazy. But mind you, I get it. Like, we trying to go see about our folks or whatever. So we get down there, we park. My brother didn't even pull into the little dirt road we on. He parked at the top of the dirt road, hopped out, and ran down to the woods. Girl, I'm running after my brother. Everybody's pulling me like, Bryce, don't go over there. You don't want to see it. I'm pushing everybody like, move, bro. So prior to us getting down there, Jada, she's like, the fiance, my job. She was like, he's missing. I'm gonna go and file a missing person report over there. Mind y'all, this is the next day. So that whole 1 o'clock, 1:30, he went missing. He ran into the woods, I guess off the dirt bike from the police chase or whatever. And Jada, everybody was looking for him. Nobody went to the police or nothing. They just figured, okay, he's gonna show up. He gonna come back. Boom. This ain't his first rodeo. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. He gonna show up. Well, when he never showed up, Jada already knew, like, nah, that ain't him. Everybody who knows Tyler knows he gonna call. He might call at 1 o'clock in the morning, but baby, he's gonna call. Tyler's gonna call his mama. Tyler's gonna call his sister. He's gonna let somebody know if he don't call Jada. I mean, he's gonna let somebody know, like, I'm good, I'm okay. He never will just let us worry about him. So this is how we knew, like, when Tyler never turned up, get your ass to Alabama because something's going on. That's how we knew. So Jada go into the police station or whatever, and she's like, I need to file a missing person report or whatever. They're asking her, like, who, what happened, da-da-da. So she started telling them the story. Y'all, they start saying, oh, he not missing. We saw him getting we got him on camera getting in a car with a lady with a red shirt on. Mind y'all, we not from down there. we know a handful of people from down there. My brother's not just hopping in the car with nobody. So we already knew that was a red flag. That was something y'all probably was trying to tell her to pass time, to stall, whatever the case may be. Because mind y'all, this is the next morning that Jada's at the police station. So boom, she go there or whatever. And they're like, just stay right here. We're going to take you to the back and show you the cameras. So they got her waiting. They never took her to the back to show her the cameras, y'all. So I called my daddy. I'm like, Daddy, Jada said that boop. I'm telling him what they told her, how they said the police, da-da-da-da. They saw her him getting in a car related with a red shirt. My daddy, like, tell Jada to get out of there now. The police, that's a lie. They doing something fishy. She need to get up out of the police station. So Jada get out of the police station. So then they come, before she leave, they come back and tell her, well, you don't want to file a missing person report because it shows he has a warrant out in Atlanta. So if they get him, then they're going to hold him and he won't be able to come home or whatever. Just whatever. So Jada leave out of there anyway. She didn't finish filing the missing person report. She only started. Mind y'all, she leave or whatever. They continue to search. They didn't form the whole hood basically. Then started searching these woods for my brother. They cannot find my brother. So, and mind y'all, this is the morning while I'm at work that they doing all this. They searching, they went to the police, they did a missing person report. So then by like, as my mom is on her way down there, they telling her like, yeah, we're gonna, the police is gonna form an official search party. So then Jada like, well, we're gonna go and see if the police can, get the dogs to come out or whatever. Mind you, they trying to do all this leg work in the midst of my mom driving down there. Well, they didn't get no dogs to come out. They kept giving her a weird excuse on why they couldn't let the dogs come out. My mom ended up getting there around 3:50, 4 o'clock. They tell my mom, basically, we gonna get everybody out of the woods. We need to, we gonna send our drone in. So the chief, he's telling my mama, he like, listen, this drone can pick up a dead possum. That's how good the radar is on this drone, the helicopter, all that went in the woods. He said it can pick up whatever. So if your son is in these woods, dead or alive, we're gonna find him. Like, it's gonna pick him up, the heat or whatever, the radiation. Y'all, they didn't pick up nothing. They didn't pick up a dead nothing. Okay, my brother wasn't in them woods. So the chief get on his four-wheeler, because you know, you in the country, they ride four-wheelers, ATVs, all that. Stay with me now. He get on his four-wheeler, he ride them woods. He said, your son ain't in there. So my daddy ended up coming forward and, you know, talking to the chief or whatever, who my daddy apparently knew for a long time, whatever, they locked in. They tell him, why you didn't tell us that was your son? Well, what does it matter? A missing person is a missing person, y'all. Why do he? They ain't heard nothing. They telling my mama, you don't need to go in the woods. These woods is treacherous. You got this baby with you. My sister's 7. You don't need to go in these woods or whatever. And so my mama like, man, I'm looking for my son. I'm telling my mama like, Mom, you like just chill. I get it. I know as a parent you want to go in there and look for your son or whatever, but whatever. So they telling her, do not go in the woods. Do not go in the woods. Y'all, one of the people from down there, I guess you could say a cousin of ours, then called my brother, my older brother who driving. Mind y'all, it said we 11 minutes now. We on this little country back road. He in the phone screaming, Brandon, we found Tyler. And then you can hear somebody else saying, we need an ambulance. Everybody's screaming, y'all. And then you could just hear the sound of their voice. Everybody's distraught as fuck. Like, everybody really like, you know, we don't know what to do. But I keep hearing somebody say, we need an ambulance. Then I hear somebody say, he dead, Brandon, he dead. Like, whoever's on the phone with my brother is telling us, like, he is dead. Y'all, I started screaming to the top of my lungs in that car. Like, no, like the loudest no, the most distraught no I've ever screamed in my life. I ain't never felt like this in my life, y'all. They told my brother was gone over the phone. I'm 10 minutes away, bro. So my brother started flooring it on his back road, y'all. Flooring it. I'm talking about we get there about, I swear, about 3-4 minutes, y'all. It turned from 10 minutes to 3 minutes. I'm not lying. My brother would tell y'all. He like, man, I'm scared for my life because he's driving crazy. But mind you, I get it. Like, we trying to go see about our folks or whatever. So we get down there, we park. My brother didn't even pull into the little dirt road we on. He parked at the top of the dirt road, hopped out, and ran down to the woods. Girl, I'm running after my brother. Everybody's pulling me like, Bryce, don't go over there, you don't want to see it. I'm pushing everybody, like, move, bro, like, move, get off me, do not push me back. That really pissed me off, but we're gonna get into that too. Everybody like, do y'all need to go over there, y'all need to see him, please move. So we get to the woods or whatever, right? Y'all, Everybody down there, it's a tree, like a big, you know, like let's say like a big ass tree fall and like it's across the road. Well, this tree was like in the woods, like laying over like a little stream of water, not a creek, a little stream of water. Barely no water for real, y'all, but it was a little bit. So, next to the, like under the, kind of like under the tree a little bit, but not under the tree, but like, no, it was nowhere near under the tree. I'm not gonna say that, but laying next to the tree, my brother's body. His pants pulled down to his ankles. One of his shoes, y'all, sitting on top of his head. And his arms crossed like this. Somebody make this make sense for me. Now, mind y'all, these are the same woods my family say they've been in since 1 o'clock yesterday. They said 3 in the morning, they took a break. They went back in the woods. They never found my brother. My brother wasn't there. That same creek that they crossed and that tree that was right there, the tree ain't just been there. My brother wasn't there. Footprints from when they was walking, looking at that same spot earlier was there. That body was not there, y'all. So, that's how we found my brother, y'all. That's literally how we found him. Now, getting into the real intricate details leading up to us finding him, everything was hella sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna do a full detailed story time. But I just wanted to paint the picture for y'all. Paint the picture as his sister, as the mama, like us going down there, us leading up to it, like what we see, what we know type shit. So, prior to us getting down there, and I'm gonna have to make another video, so part 2 come in right now. Chief or whatever, who my daddy apparently knew for a long time, whatever, they locked in. They tell him, why you didn't tell us that was your son? Well, what does it matter? A missing person is a missing person, y'all. Why do he have to tell y'all that's his son? See, because the fiance went in there, all of a sudden, oh, he's just a regular person. Mind you, it's a small town. So my brother not somebody that's a familiar face to the police. In a small town, the police know everybody. You a stranger. We don't know where you came from. You could be a visitor just riding through. We don't know. So, yep, they're like, why you didn't tell us this was your son? Whoop-de-whoop. So the chief go and he round up a bunch of officers from the force. They said volunteer firefighters, and everybody was gonna come out there and help. Look, after talking the chief talked to whoever he was talking to, they made everybody come out of the woods. They said, we need y'all to move over to the church next door. Y'all, my mama, my sister, everybody who was in the search party, the whole hood got in their car and they parked in the church parking lot and they waited for the police to come back and give instruction. Y'all, this is the part where we about 12 to 15 minutes away. Police come over to the church after being in the woods for about an hour. Now, my mom is just sitting there snapping pictures. She moved her car to the church, but she walked back down to the dirt road where they say Tyler ran into. She just snapping pictures. She just looking around and just snapping pictures. My mom, not an older lady, but at this point, mama don't know this town, this city. She don't know nothing about it. All she know is something happened to her son. So, in the midst of her just snapping random pictures over there, where the police come back, they're like, we gonna let everybody, we gonna come back. The police just did a thorough search of the woods, and we didn't find nothing, but now we gonna do a search together. The police and the community. They said, we want everybody to head west. They start the search, but I got a younger cousin who, I guess, needed a compass to see which was west from east. He took out his compass on his iPhone, and it was pointing him west. However, the police were leading the search in the opposite direction, thinking that they didn't know east from west. So my cousin went west, and the search was going east. My cousin continued following his compass, walks up on my brother's body with 2 police officers standing over the body. My cousin yelled and said, y'all, I found him. And everybody runs from east to the west and finds my brother's body with the 2 officers standing over him. Again, his shoe on top of his head, his pants pulled down to his ankles, and his arms across his chest. Y'all, they said my brother's cause of death was he died from a broken neck from crashing the dirt bike he was driving. I gotta go back into work, and there's so many more details I need to give y'all, but I'm gonna keep recording. I'm just gonna upload the parts a little bit slow or whatever. But y'all, stay with me. Y'all, tell me why my mom hired an independent pathologist who did our own autopsy after they got my brother from the state. So when you die, the coroner will come get you. They'll do their own autopsy, determine your cause of death, and then they'll give you over to your family so that the funeral home you pick can embalm the body, whatever. Well, first of all, they picked up my brother, and then the next day called my dad. He wasn't in the point of contact. They called my dad, who was from the city of Camden, to say, hey, we got your son back over here at the funeral home in Camden. My brother was never supposed to be going to Camden for nothing. His funeral home is in Atlanta. Why are y'all even sending his body back to Camden from the state after doing an autopsy? So my mom is like, no. They said they finna get ready to embalm him. But mind you, we wanted our own autopsy. Now, anybody who's smart knows you cannot get an autopsy on a body that's already been embalmed. So y'all wanted to embalm him so we couldn't figure out what was going on before. Oh, okay. My mama hired an independent medical examiner in 30 minutes, had him go to Alabama and did a whole autopsy. Do y'all know that medical examiner called my mama and said, Miss Brandy, your son was never cut open? They never did an autopsy on your son. Who y'all fooling? That's really what I want to know. And what are you hiding? Who killed my brother is the real question that we need to be getting to here at this point.